Okay, welcome back guys. Second tutorials of this new series for Sandbox and Foundry VTT. Okay, so in this tutorial we're gonna check on panels, look at panels and how to use panels, and very quickly we're gonna look at how to create properties and distribute the input fields in a character sheet. Okay, all right, so last tutorial we created the PC template, which is a template actor, and a new character that is linked to that template actor. We can create as many actors as we want linked to this template actor, and we can create as many template actors as we want. Okay, now let's create panels. So as far as information, we don't need to do anything else on the template, because each tab, if we click on here, we can display the tab to edit it. Each tab will handle its own panels. What are the panels? So panels are a way to distribute space on a character sheet. So remember that in the previous tutorial we distributed each tab space and included some panels and the width of those panels. So as we know what each of these panels is going to occupy in terms of space, we can create them. Okay, and these panels are going to be dragged directly to the panels tab of each Sandbox tab. For that we go here to, let's close here to panels, and we create the first panel. This one is going to be this one. We said we were going to what should we include here? What should we call here? What did I say? Personal info panel. Okay, we choose from the options, choose the option panel. Okay, and we create the new item. Here it is. Again, description is optional. I'm not going to fill it right now. And again, every key needs to be unique for every element. So personal, I'm going to call this personal panel. Okay, title. So very important for panels, those panels that have a title are going to display a row with a gray background that is going to display this field here. So if I call this personal, and the width, we said this was going to be 50%, so that is 1/2. Columns, this is the columns, the number of columns that the panel is going to display. So what does that mean? Going back here, so now imagine that this panel contains the following properties. One is going to be I don't know, age, for example. Yeah, and the other one is going to be called, oh, what's happening here? Oh, it's going to be called, I don't know, height. Okay, so if our panel states that we only have one column, those two properties and input fields that are going to appear in this panel are going to be displayed this way, like there was only one column, one property after the other. If we put two, they would be displayed on two columns. Okay, and vice versa for the rest of the options. Yeah, so if we had two columns and we had a third property called weight, it would be displayed here. Okay, so that's basically what this means. Okay, so for now, let's use one column. Content alignment. Now, to explain you this, let's assume we only have one column. So if content alignment was center, that column would be displayed on the center of the panel. If that content alignment option was left, all the properties would be sorted, will be left aligned, and vice versa for the right options. Label alignment. Now, every property that you include in a panel, most of them, they're going to have a field right to the tag or right to the label of the panel of the property. I'm confused now. So age, imagine age was a numeric input field. We'll see about this for properties, and weight also numeric. So this means that the label, if we choose left on label alignment, this label would be left aligned. Okay, and this area that okay, so the available area for the label would have the label displayed aligned to the left. If we chose center, this would come here to the center. Okay, and if we chose right, this would come here to the right. Yeah, it would be aligned inside its available space. We're gonna leave it left for now. Okay, title background. Okay, we have filled the title of the panel, so we're going to see that a new row is going to be displayed, but you have a couple of styles, default styles for that. We're going to leave default, and well, you'll see how it looks like. Okay, so this is our first panel. As always, we need now to drag this panel onto our data tab for it to be displayed. Okay, we have changed and modified elements from our template actor, so we need to rebuild the template actor. We always need to do this whenever you change or modify a tab, a panel, or a property or a group. You need to do this. We click on rebuild. There it is. We open our new character, and that's it. You see? So as you can see, because our panel is displayed here perfectly, and as you can see, it occupies half of the available width. We said that it needed to display a title called personal, and here it is. This is the default style for this title for the panel. Okay, and that's it. Now, what about the rest of the options? We'll check on them now. Okay, so the next option that we have is image. Let me create a new panel for this. So we're gonna call this image, or no, logo panel. This is also a panel. Okay, we need to fill the key logo panel. The width is going to be 50%, so we can fit this area here, and we don't care about the columns. Now, this option is image and image path. If we check on this and we fill the image path, it creates this panel. It turns this panel into an image. Okay, so let's imagine. So this would turn this onto an this is annoying, this is difficult. Okay, so this would be an image. That's it. That's it. Okay, let me show you with an example. The image path, by the way, would always need to be relative to Foundry. Okay, so it always needs to start with worlds or systems or whatever you have in the basic path, in the base path, in the root path of your Foundry installation. In our case, I'm going to, let me check on the folder, on my folder, documents, okay, and I'll show you now. I'll take a snapshot and a screenshot and here it is, and I'm going to use an image. Apologies for this. Do I have any icons? Let me see if I can find a quick icon. Oh. Sorry about this. What if I use this one? Okay. So my path for my image is going to be worlds. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, so here on description, can I paste? Here it is. Oh, but you can't see it. It's too small, I think. Oh, no, it's fine. So I took a screenshot of the folder I'm using. So for our in our installation folder, yeah, we have the path worlds, sandbox test, and this Arcanum 1 is the image that I want to show. So I just need to write it down here, worlds /bar sandbox test /arcanum1.jpg. okay, I hope I haven't made a mistake, but that's the one. Okay, so with this, let's drag this new panel, the logo panel, to our template actor tab. Sorry, to our tab. Sorry, our tab, data tab. Here it is. So we do this logo panel, okay, and what we have to do then is rebuild the template actor. Again, to summarize, I have created in the previous tutorial, we created two tabs, data tab and inventory tab. For the data tab, we have created two panels, the logo panel and the personal panel. For the logo panel, I've just checked the is image option and included an image path because I want an image to be displayed here in this area. Yeah, so because of all those changes, I need to rebuild the template actor. So I click on here, and here it is. So there's something that has gone wrong here. Why? Probably because I've introduced the wrong path. Probably. Okay, let me recheck again. So this was sandbox test. Oh, I think it'd be easy if I click copy as path and put this and remove this. Let me try again. Oh, and remove these two. Let me try again then. Let me see if this works. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, the path was incorrect. Okay, so as you can see now, this way you will know what happens if it goes wrong. So you can see I chose an image, path of an image, and I've included here as I wanted this panel to only contain an image. That's fine, huh? Okay, next panel will come under those two, and we said it would be 100% and it would contain, I don't know, what did we say? Did we say skills or something like that? Or no, this was going to be attributes, but not anymore. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. One for skills. Yeah. is going to be called skills panel. And remember again, if you're going to use compendia, every item name needs to be different. Create new item. Okay. Skills panel. This is going to be 100%, as I said. Title, skills, default title background. This is not an image. Okay, let's check then on the rest of the options. So font group, header group, and input group are 3 options to configure how the panel is going to look like in terms of styling. Okay, we're going to look at that in detail in one of our last tutorials. Okay, but for now, ignore those 3. And visibility, we're also going to ignore this one because we're going to look at this for properties. Yeah. So that's basically all. So let's add our new skills panel to our data tab. Boom, here. Remember, template actor contains tabs. Tabs contain panel, and as you might guess, panels contains properties. Yeah. So basically, let me write it down here. So we first can I? Oh yeah, I can do that. So the template actor has, oh my gosh, this is annoying. Template actor has tabs, then it has, the tabs has panels, and the panels have properties. Okay, very important. This is included in here, is included in here, and this is included in here. Very important. Okay, so this is the structure, the items general structure of Sandbox. Now we have included the skills panel. So again, as we've modified a panel, we need to rebuild the template, and here we are. Okay, we have a lot of panels, they're empty. So if we click the inventory tab, we won't see anything because we haven't included any panel inside the inventory tab. Okay, now, so basically this is panel configuration. Now, as I mentioned, panels contain properties. Okay, so let's have a look at something that is asked a lot regarding panels and properties. Let's create our first property, but this is going to be just an example. I'm not going to explain much about properties now. This is for the next tutorial. Okay, so this property is going to be called age. It's just a property. Details again, age prop, age / prop. I like that better. It's a simple numeric age. Okay, and we're going to create a second one called height. Okay, and the key is height prop, and the tag is height. Okay, now, as I mentioned, panels contain properties, so I'm going to introduce those 2 new properties, age and height, in here. Okay, as we've modified a panel, we need to rebuild the template. Also, as we've rebuilt the template, we need to reload. This is also recommended, the actor. Okay, so it can reload the information of the template. So you notice that once we've done that, the new input fields have shown a number, so they've made themselves editable. Okay, so it's very important to press reload once we rebuild on specific actors if it's necessary. Okay, if you see that things are not working correctly. Okay, so now going back to the personal panel and checking on the options, personal info panel, checking on the options that we set up earlier. As you can see, the personal title is showing. We also have one column, okay, age and height here. So if we change it to 2 columns and we rebuild the template actor, you see that now the information is displayed on 2 columns, first the age and then the height. But let's get it back to what it was. So I guess you've also noticed that I haven't reloaded now. So reload a template actor basically when properties have been modified, but it's not necessary to reload it when you've just changed things of panels and tabs around, like width and things like that. Basically, reload changes and reloads the content of the properties in a character sheet. For example, the default numbers, the automated formulas, auto calculations, and things like that. And when you rebuild, what you're telling the template actor is, hey, recode the HTML, which is the file that shows how a character sheet is looking. So remake all the things, display things in a different way, the width, the columns and stuff for all the character sheets. Okay, now going back to what was oh yeah, we changed back to only 1 column, I think. Yes, we did that here. No, we didn't. Okay, sorry, I made that mistake. So now we rebuild again. Here it is. So one thing that people ask a lot is, okay, so I've made a column or 2 columns of input fields in one of my panels, and I don't find a way to align. How can I align this? So this has nothing to do, and people tell me a lot, I've been checking all the panel options and I can't find a way because I click on the content alignment on everything and it doesn't change. It's just because that has nothing to do with the panel, it has to do with the property labels. So it's something that you need to change here in the properties, but I'll tell you about it when we look at the properties. Okay, it's just to leave that here. The other thing that I'm asked a lot is about this. So now imagine that your skills panel was only 50% width, so a half. If we rebuild the template and we open the new actor, now check on this. This image has a set and specific height, okay? And this panel, it starts below this panel. So a lot of people tell me, so how can I make this panel start right below the first panel? Okay, then the things change a bit. Then you need to use one thing called multi-panels. Multi-panels are panels that contain a lot of panels, but they display them right one after the other. Yeah? So we're going to create multi-panels for the inventory. I just decided, sorry, for the inventory tab. Yeah? So we're going to create one multi-panel for the left side and another multi-panel for the right side of the image. The right side is going to contain the table and the left side is going to contain two panels. One for the money and one for the notes, text area. Okay. All right, so this is our new structure. Sorry for changing it halfway through the tutorial. Now, so let's create our new panels. So the new panel is going to be called gold panel. Okay, so again, very important, a key, only one word, treasure, let's call it that way. Or no, I'm not gonna give it any title. Okay, the width is going to be 1/3, let's say, and 1 column. Okay, right, and I'm going to create a notes panel. It's a panel 2, and the key is going to be notes panel. This one is going to have a title, is going to be 1/3 too. So remember that anything that you put in a column or in a multi-panel needs to have the same width. So the width of notes panel, that is going to be this one, needs to be the same one as the gold panel. Okay, so 1/3, 1/3. And finally, the inventory panel, which is going to be a table panel, is going to contain a table. So inventory panel as a key, not going to have a title. Yes, it's going to have it. Inventory, and the width is 2/3 because it always. Now, if I add all those three in this order, gold, inventory, and notes, to the inventory tab, and I rebuild the template actor. Once we go to inventory, you kind of see things now here correctly, because this one is empty, is the gold panel, and this is the notes panel. But let me create very quickly a new property, which is going to be called gold prop, gold, and I'm going to add it to the gold panel. I'm going to rebuild. Don't worry about this if I'm going a bit quick. I'm just trying to show you and explain about display of panels. Now I need to reload. Gold is 0 here. As you can see here, it looks kind of okay, no? Because the gold panel, which doesn't have a title, and the notes panel are 1/3, and right to the right is the inventory panel. But if now I add a property called silver, okay, and it's going to be this silver property, key silver, and I add it to the gold panel right after the gold property, and rebuild. Okay. It still looks good because the inventory panel doesn't have anything. I'm sorry, I made this mistake. But if instead of adding them here, I add the silver to the inventory panel, okay? Sorry for the mess and the chaos, I'm like that. Not the best teacher in the world, sorry. Gold panel, I remove silver from the gold panel. Just as an example, I add it to the inventory panel. Now, You see what happened? I added a property to the inventory panel, and I have this space here, okay? Because if we don't tell Sandbox that these two panels are merged together into a multi-panel, it's going to distribute things by rows, and there's a row here. This row is a row of two panels, and then comes the next one. Okay, so how do we do this? By creating a multi-panel. So we create the multi-panel of gold. No, multi-panel gold, yeah, for example. And we choose the multi-panel option. We create this new item. Details. Every multi-panel also need a panel key. Okay, so multi-gold, we're gonna call it. And the title, no title. We don't need a title. The width of the multi-panel must be the same one as the panels that is going to contain. So in this case is 1/3. 1/3. Okay, and the header group, disregard that, and disregard the visibility options that we're going to look at that later. So the panels that we're going to have inside this are going to be the gold panel, which is this one, okay, and the next one is the notes panel. And in our tab that originally we have this distribution, gold panel, inventory panel, and notes panel, we're going to remove both notes panel and gold panel and include the multi-panel gold, which is the one that already includes the gold panel and the notes panel. Okay, so what we've done is we have removed these ones by themselves, include them in the multi-panel and put them in here. Okay, that way, once we rebuild it, ta-da, we lost that space because this is a multi-panel. This is a whole column by itself. Yeah, this is a group right now, and they always stick together. So if now I remove the inventory panel silver property and put it back to the gold panel, and I rebuild the template, we click inventory, and here it is. Okay, so this is more or less our structure right now for this. So I could have done this when I started explaining. Okay, I could have done a multi-panel here, but I didn't want to change much of this structure. So let me change panels, the skills panel again to 100%, to a 1, and this way we finish this tutorial about panels. Here it is. Okay, so finally, to summarize, so we've had a look at panels. Okay, we've had a look at how they distribute the space, how to turn a panel into an image only panel. Okay, like this one here. Oh my gosh, I should have okay, sorry. I did not remove the notifications for Twitch. Sorry, let me remove this. Okay, now so we've looked at how to distribute space with panels, how they work, how the label and content alignment works, and we've started drafting our first tab with the info tab, and our second one with the inventory with a multi-panel. We've looked at multi-panels and how they work basically, and we've started laying out our character sheet. So thanks a lot. If you want to support Sandbox and support me and the work I'm doing with this crazy thing, please, Patreon is the place to be. If you have more questions, check on the video description where you will find the wiki and the GitLab README, and also join our Discord where everyone is super helpful and they're the best and they'll help you with all your questions. See you soon for tutorial number 3. Bye.